Hi everyone. I hope all are safe and secure at home, and a warm welcome to you. This is online class especially for the new children. And most of them are familiar to me because I had taught them the English grammar in 3rd A. And the 3B class means I had gone there only for the drawing class. So let me introduce myself. My name is Srividya and I am going to teach you social studies. And before watching my class, please open your textbook, keep in front of you while I am getting into the lesson. Okay dear? Okay. So now we are going to learn about the new lesson, the first lesson. So once I will show the textbook, see, open your textbook, and I think all are familiar to the textbook because you have seen so many classes. So it will be familiar for you, I think so. And open your textbook and take the page number here, social studies. You can see the social studies and page number 219. The lesson, the universe. Okay, please open your textbook and keep it in front of you. While getting into the lesson, I want to ask you a question. Early in the morning, who wakes you up? Sometimes your mother wakes you up, otherwise your father or your brother or sister, anybody else. Your mother comes into your bedroom and she raises the curtain of the window. What happens to you while you are sleeping on the bed? What happens to you? The sun, means the brightness of the sun falls upon your face and it will be disturbance for you actually, isn't it? So who wakes you up? The sun wakes you up actually. So early in the morning we can see the sun up in the sky. And now I am going to tell you about the daily routine. Daily routine means early in the morning you will get up, you will brush your teeth, and you will have your breakfast in the morning. In the lunch you will have your in the evening you will have your lunch, and at night you will have your dinner. Before going to the bed, you're going outside in the courtyard, and when you go up and see in the sky, up in the sky, what you will see? Yes, you will see so many stars twinkling up in the sky. You can see so many stars, millions of stars twinkling in the sky. Sometimes we can see the moon also up in the sky. Sometimes it may be a full moon, otherwise sometimes it may be a half moon, isn't it? So we can see so many stars twinkling and a moon. Sometimes we can see the moon also. So what are the objects that you see in the sky? Now we can see the 3 objects in the sky, isn't it? The first one, early in the morning you can see the sun. So I am going to write that. Early in the morning you can see the sun. And then at night you can see the 2 objects, the stars. Then the moon. So we can see the sun, the stars and the moon up in the sky. Isn't it? With our naked eyes we can see these 3 objects in the sky. Not only these 3 objects are there are many other objects. I am going to tell you about this planets. Planets. These planets are all, for you this word is very familiar because you have already learned in the previous year in GK about the planets. The planets and the solar system, and how many planets are there in the solar system, and about the planets, the red planet, the life planet, the biggest planet, everything you have learned about the planet. But you know what do you mean by a planet? You have not learned about what do you mean by a planet. See, actually the planets are the large heavenly bodies. They are the large heavenly bodies. They are the large heavenly bodies that move around the sun. Actually the planets are the large heavenly bodies that move around the sun. So once more, what are the planets? Planets are the large heavenly bodies that move around the sun. So once more, what do you mean by a planet? A planets are the large heavenly bodies that move around the sun. Each planet has its own moon. Each planet has its own moon. What do you mean by that? Can you give me an example for that? For example, our life planet, the earth. Earth is a planet, and earth have its own Moon. So Earth is an example for that. Most of the planets have what? Its own moon. Clear for you? And here once more I am telling, what are the things, what are the objects that you see in the sky? We can see the sun, the stars, the moon, then the planets we cannot see, but the planets are also there. Clear? So what do you mean by a universe? Now we are getting into the universe. So what do you mean by a universe? Universe includes all these objects. Universe includes all these objects. Means the sun, the stars, the planets and their moons contained a vast empty space is called a universe. So what do you mean by a universe? It includes the sun, the stars, the planets and its moons contained a vast empty space. It is called what? The universe. So not only the sun, star, planets and its moons are there in the universe. So many gases are there, dust particles are there and the pieces of rocks. So a universe contains so many objects, but we can see some objects with our naked eyes. Clear for you children? Can you follow me or not? Please, once more I am going to tell you, the sun, the stars, the planets and its moon have their moon, isn't it? Planets had its moon, contain a vast empty space is called what? A universe. And all these objects, the three objects you can see with your naked eyes. Up in the sky you can see that. And the planets you have already learned about the planets and it includes the planets. These four objects and its moon includes the universe. But not only these objects in the universe, we can see what? The gases are there, dust particles are there and pieces of rocks also include in the planets. Clear for you? Sorry, in the universe, not planets, in the universe. So this is the first topic for you about the universe. What do you mean by a universe? And once more I am going to repeat that about the universe. The universe means the sun and the stars, the planets and its moon and their moons contain a vast empty space is called a universe. Clear for you children? This is the universe. I think it's clear for you now. And here we are going to learn about the stars. And what do you mean by a planet? I told you the planet, large heavenly bodies that move around the sun. And I am going to show you that in the textbook itself you can see that. See, in the textbook you can see here. The sun is here and sun is in a fixed path. The sun is there in middle and so many planets are. See, you can see that in the solar system. You can see so many planets move around the sun. They are moving around the sun. You can see that. These are called what? The planets. Planets are large heavenly bodies that move around the sun. It's called a planet. It's clear for you, planet, and you have already learned about the planets. Then we are going to know about the universe. So some objects are there in the universe, not only the planets, but the sun, the stars, the sun, stars, planets and their moons are called, contain a vast empty space. Contains a vast empty space and it is called what? In a vast empty space is called what? The universe. And in the universe, I told you, there are gases, dust particles and pieces of rocks. Clear? I am repeating this again for you because it is little difficult for you because some words are new for you. The universe. The planets are, most of them are familiar to the word what? Planets. But the large heavenly bodies, it is new for you. Okay, the large heavenly bodies that move around the sun is the planet. Clear? In this, we are going to learn about the stars. Stars have their own light and heat also. The stars have their own light and heat. The stars have their own light and heat, isn't it? And one more thing is that the star is also a large heavenly, it also includes the large heavenly body. Clear? It also includes in the large heavenly bodies that have their own light and heat. So stars are the large heavenly bodies that have its own light and heat. Here the stars have their own light and heat. They are also the large heavenly bodies. Stars also large. They are large. Stars also large, and they are the large heavenly bodies, but they have their own light and what? Heat. So two questions are coming from that. They are very big, isn't it? They are large heavenly bodies. But we cannot see the stars so big with our naked eyes. What is the reason for that? Have you ever thought about that? These stars, when we see the stars, we cannot see it as a big one, isn't it? Why? What is the reason? Because they are very far away from us. This is the reason why they are seen very small in size. Clear? But they are the large heavenly bodies. They are very, very big. They are very large heavenly bodies, but we cannot see them bigger with our naked eyes because they are very far away from us, the stars. Clear for you? And one more thing is there. They have their own light and heat. Why they are not seen in the daytime? All the stars are there in the daytime also. Have you ever thought about that? Yes, it is there in the daytime. Can you say why they are not seen in the daytime but we can see in the night? What is the reason for that? Can you say anybody? If you are in the classroom, I can hear the answers from you actually. But we are in here. So I will tell the answer that what is the reason because of that. The daytime we cannot see the stars because what is the reason for that? In the daytime because of the sunlight. Because of the brightness of the sun, we cannot see the light of the stars. Because of the brightness of the sun, the light of the sun, we cannot see the light of the stars. Can you follow me dear? Once more, why these stars, the light of the star we cannot see in the daytime. We cannot see the stars in the daytime because, what is the reason? Because of the light of the sun. Because of the light of the sun, we cannot see the stars in the daytime. When the sun sets, when the moon comes, then only we can see what? The stars twinkling in the sky. Clear for you? So two things are there, two questions are there here. The first question is that why they are the large heavenly bodies but we cannot see them in the large size. We can see only in the small size. And the second point is that they have their light. We cannot see them in the daytime but we can see only at night. Because in the daytime, because of the light of the sun, we cannot see the stars. I think now it's clear for you, this portion. So once more I want to repeat this. The important thing is the words, means the universe, the large heavenly bodies, planets, and all these are new for you. I think planets already you have learned in the GK class, but please read the textbook thoroughly. Okay, once more I'll review these points. What do you mean by a universe? Before that we have to go to the planets. What do you mean by a planet? A planet are the large heavenly bodies that move around the sun. They are the large heavenly bodies that move around the sun. Planets. So the sun, the stars, the planets and their moon. I told you most of the planets have their own moon. Example, Earth has its own moon. You can see the moon at night, isn't it? And most of the planets have their own moon. So the sun, the stars, the planets and their moon are contained in a vast empty space is called a universe. It is called a universe. In these three objects, we can see with our naked eyes the sun, the moon and the stars. Clear for you, dear? And next one, not only these objects, we can see the dust particles, gases, at the same time, for example, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, all these are gases, and the dust particles, the pieces of rocks, and all these things you will learn in the higher classes about the pieces of rocks and all these things. And next portion is what I told you about the stars. Stars are also large heavenly bodies. They are the large heavenly bodies, but they have their own light and heat. Clear for you? And in the daytime, we cannot see the stars because, what is the reason? Because the brightness of the sun, the light of the sun, because of the light of the sun, we cannot see the stars up in the daytime. And it is large. It is a large heavenly body. The stars are the large heavenly bodies, isn't it? But we cannot see them as in a large size. Why? Because they are very far away from us. Clear for you, dear? For all of you? I think it's clear for you. If you have any doubt, you can ask me the doubts in the Google Classroom. And one more thing, I want to read this lesson for you. So please all open your textbook and please point your fingers, okay? Please point your fingers while I am reading that. Please point your fingers. The first lesson, the universe. I hope all are pointing the fingers. Clear? The universe. You see the moon shining and the stars twinkling in the night sky. You see the sun shining brightly in the sky during the day. There are other objects also in the sky. They are called planets. Planets are large heavenly bodies that move around the sun. Most planets have their own moons that move around them. Clear? And now turn the page. The first paragraph. The sun, stars, planets and their moons are contained in a vast empty space called the universe. The universe also contains gases, dust particles and pieces of rocks. Clear? The second para. The stars. Stars are large heavenly bodies that have their own light and give out heat. There are millions of stars in the universe. We can see them twinkle only in the night sky. Have you wondered why we cannot see the stars during the day? This is because the light from the sun is so bright that we are not able to see the light from the stars. If stars are large bodies, why do they appear so small? It's a question for you. Already we have described about that and I gave you the answer. I told you if you are in the classroom, I will get the answer from you. Stars appear small because they are far away from us. The answer also is there. So please read the textbook at least 2 or 3 times after my class. Okay? And so it will be in your mind itself. And if you have any doubt, please we can clear to the Google Classroom. And I want to give you one activity for this, that paste the pictures of the objects that you see in the sky. For example, the picture of the moon, stars, sun. If you have the pictures of the planets, it would be a perfect. Clear? Once more, the activity is to paste the picture of the objects that you see in the sky. Okay? Not planets, only this much enough. The sun, the moon and the star. The pictures of the sun, the moon and the stars. You can see that in the sky, isn't it? Okay, clear? Okay dears, that's all, and we can see in the next class. Bye.